Hey, what's up? My name is Ills, and this is Ami, and together we're amazing. Alright, so we're just gonna dive right into it. You on Instagram asked us some questions, and we have them screenshot on this Xperia phone, and we're just gonna read the questions, and we'll take turns answering them. Alright? Starting with the first question, I'm gonna read the question, and Ami's gonna answer it, okay?
No.
Yes.
We both is gonna answer.
Yeah. Okay, fine. We're both gonna answer, but you're gonna answer first because I'm gonna read the question and then I'll answer after you. All right, that's not a question. This is actually what it says.
You both are so cute.
Thank you. So the first official question is, if you battle each other, do you think you can smoke him or her?
I think so. Easy.
I think you can actually smoke me.
I think it's like...
Yeah, I think so, of course. You're good. I think you're good.
It depends on the judges too. And depends on my day or it's your day.
Yeah. I feel like battles especially, kind of just luck sometimes too.
I think
Like
so,
who you
yeah.
battle first round and like the brackets.
Even though you practice hard, sometimes you're gonna clash on the stage.
Yeah, it's true.
Like-
Depending on the day, you could probably smoke me and I could probably smoke you.
Agree.
Next question. How did you guys meet? Well, the first time I saw her was probably Silverback Open in Philadelphia. I never spoke to her, but that was the first time I saw her. First time that I actually formally introduced myself to her was when I was living in Hong Kong and she got invited to judge a battle there. There was a time, I guess, before we met, I saw Ami at a jam in Japan and I remember talking to one of her friends and I was like, hey man, like she's kind of cute. And he was like, fuck no. His name's Seiji, like Ami's older brother. He was like, no, off limits. Third question.
How we have the balance like our life and breaking life. For now, I'm full-time giggling. I know so many b-boys and b-girls who is really good even though they have full-time job or like even though they do something else. Important thing is like know your priority. I think that's I
so.
always like saying like what is your priority, because sometimes like you get too like interesting, like exciting, but like if it's happening the same day, you have to pick. Also, even though if you want to travel, if you want to focus on something, you cannot go to traveling. Even though it sounds exciting, you have to think about like which is your like priority or like good for you in the future, not just for now.
For Ami, she's kind of like a special case because she can break full time. I know that's not necessarily the case for everybody. So I know some people have to work, which is fine. How you manage your expenses? Are you eating out every single day? Things like that, you know, cutting back on coffee. You can also use that money towards traveling.
Like in Japan, I have to have work but want to travel, so like so many people sleep so less. Like we kind of cutting like our sleeping time. Even though I'm going to my university, like the time I cut is like my sleeping time. Because I go university from the morning to afternoon and
Yeah.
I go to part-time job and then go to midnight practice and then I'm gonna take train again in the morning. So like it's not healthy, but sometimes if you want to get some chance, you have to cut your saving time.
Yeah, and then I guess the second part of the question was, and style, because both of you dress so well.
Pick the clothes.
I guess how we pick the clothes. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for the lovely compliment. I appreciate that. I think fashion is a big part of breaking in hip hop, so I definitely want to look and feel at my best. How do you dress well?
I just wear whatever I want.
That's it. Just whatever feels good to you.
Battling clothes. For me, it's really important. Like when you're on the stage, the battle is already started. It's not only your moves, it's also like how you look. I feel like for me, like outfit can change how you look. Like if you wear all tight clothes and if you wear all baggy clothes, even though you same break in, you look totally different.
It's
So
true.
there's no right or wrong, but I think it's really important that you kind of find what your form looks good for you.
It's like your individual preference and I guess how those clothes look with your silhouette.
But when you're chilling, whatever you want, like anything. Okay.
Anything. All right, this question. How old are you? We're just going to say 7 because she acts like she's 7 years old sometimes.
It's pretty 7 years old.
How to keep relationship in different location. You both need to have your own life separate from the life that you've created with each other. I guess in our case, we both like breaking. But aside from breaking, I'm also into barbering. I like going for really long walks when we're apart, making time for each other too. Being regular check-in, messaging, FaceTime sometimes. But sometimes it gets like really hectic, especially because the time zone is different, like
Yeah, I
12,
think
13
that's
hours.
hardest, more than distance.
I'll be going to sleep, we'll be starting her day. Messages, like waking up to a message is kind of nice. Priorities, making time for each other when you can. Also, understanding that you are in different locations, so sometimes you can't communicate all the time. You have to read this. This is in Japanese, so I can't read Japanese.
ブレイキン以外で好きなことがあれば教えてください。Do you have something you like outside of breaking? アーミーはインスタとかにもポストしたりしてるんですけど、でもちっちゃい時からママと一緒にやったっていうのもあってものづくりが好きですね。裁縫とか編み物したりとか没頭できるもの何かを作ったりして没頭したりするのが好きですね。あとはトレーニングのためっていうよりは普通にこう気持ちのリフレッシングのために走ったりするのも好きだし、結構時間がある時とかこうちょっとなんか自然のある方に行ったりとかしてプーってするのも好きですね。I also in the post in the Instagram too, but I really like to do knitting and sewing and those
Oh,
stuff.
This is,
It was from your
yeah, this is something that you made.
yeah. That's many.
Hold this for a second. These patches on my jeans.
No.
She actually did them.
I do like it. Focus on
Like the process of
yes,
making
yeah,
it.
process. But I also like to go to running, not for the training, more like for refreshing my mind.
Mm.
If I have time, if I can find time, I really like to visit the nature, go in nature and like, whew, I like that.
And yeah, just being in nature, that's something that we both really enjoy, and that's one of the things that kind of bond us together. It's like we both enjoy nature and just being outdoors. We actually plan on doing the van life
In the future.
in the future, so stay tuned for content.
ブレイキンの良さって何だと思いますか? What is like good part of breaking?
Good part about breaking, I think the traveling aspect, you know. For us, like we went to Thailand earlier this year, and we were able to connect with breakers just simply on the fact that we danced, and we didn't even speak the same language.
今エリズも言ってたんですけど、やっぱブレイキンをしてることによってつながれる人とか、ブレイキンをしてるから行ける場所があったりとか、なんかそういうのがいいところかなと思いますね。最初はやっぱりこうブレイキンをすることで自分がどんどん技とか練習して上手くなってとか、そういうのが好きでブレイキンを続けてたけど、やっぱブレイキンをやるにつれてブレイキンだけじゃなくてブレイキンによってつながれるもの、それはもちろん人もそうだし自分が得られる経験もだし、そういうのがブレイキンの良さで、そういうのがあるからアミはずっと今まで続けてきたのかなっていうふうに思いますね。でもそれはなんかブレイキンだけじゃなくって何かを一生懸命続けてたら出会えるものかなって思ってて、同じように一生懸命やってる人とつながれるっていうのはあると思うので、アミにとってはブレイキンがその良さで、多分それは人それぞれ違うと思うんですけど、あとはそうですね、ブレイキンってどこでもできるっていうのがすごいいいところだと思ってて、だからこそいろんな国とかいろんな地域にやってる人がいて、音楽と場所さえあればできるから、いつでもどこでも誰でもできるっていうのがいいところだと思いますね。I say like I agree with you, and I explained what you say, and plus I think it's really good thing is like we can do wherever we want, and like we don't even need like something special. I think that's the reason why like also like many people doing it everywhere. It's not only like small community, it's really big community because you can do like wherever. You only need like maybe your body.
Yeah. All right, next question. How do y'all get the funds to travel constantly to break in comps that aren't invites? When I wasn't getting invites, for example, I took a bus 24 hours or something like that to Minnesota from Toronto. Not having the money, but having my priorities straight. Picking and choosing which jams that I wanted to go to.
We grew up in Japan, we are island.
Yeah.
And so many big jam is in Europe and US. So like anyways, we have to spend so much money to be there. That make us stronger B-boys and B-girls too. When we gonna pay so much money for traveling, so we decide one jam we wanna go for 1 year. And then we practicing like so hard for that jam. And if you get the plane ticket with your money,
one little moment, defining moment, you don't even have to win the jam. Like just kind of making noise, that could trigger like
to next
the next one and like snowball effect, and then like suddenly you're getting booked for invites and stuff like that. So making the most out of the opportunity that you created for yourself. What do you wish you knew or practiced much earlier on?
I always practice what I wanted to get, but one time like I had a like time, I thought like, oh, like I should practice air flare earlier. I think everybody is gonna have kind of like those mind too, you know, like if someone does some crazy power moves, like we feel like, oh, like we should have practiced that power moves too. Like now I feel like if I practice air flare at that time, maybe I didn't have something what I have now. So satisfied at what
No regrets.
I know legally it's really,
Being from Toronto, we always focus so much on originality and being original. We don't technically maybe focus on different skills that are like available. So maybe I wish I was a little bit more open-minded in that sense of trying different skills. How to create your original strong moves.
That's for you. I'm not really original.
I think it's just feeling. If it feels good to me, I'm just gonna do it. Sometimes it might not look visually the best. I feel like you actually have to be stubborn if you want to create something.
For sure, for the breaking.
Yeah, slowly like refine it and make it better. What do you think can make a competition challenging? If you're flying into another country the day before and you have to compete jet lag, that makes a competition challenge. Battling jet lag definitely makes a huge difference.
Floor.
The floor.
Because some people really like sticking floor with you know like not sleeping, but if you're doing the ground power moves, you like kind of smooth floor. And like maybe the stage is too bouncy, but if you do like some acrobat, like you like the bouncy floor, you know, for flips or something. So maybe floor.
Yeah, no, that's big. Yeah. There's like also if it's too bright, well, if it's too dark, and then you're wearing black clothes, that could affect like you know how the judges see things or the audience might see things. Of course, like the DJ, if the music kind of sucks, then you're kind of like
environment.
The environment. How would you approach a routine when you don't get along with your partner?
Just discuss.
Compromise like a happy medium, like in the middle where we meet between. If I have an idea, even though it might not be a good idea, like you'll still try it. You know, and then you'll be like, no.
I don't like it. And then I don't want to do this.
Yeah, and then I'm like, hey, you're probably right.
Try it.
Just at least, yes, okay, we'll try it. What strengths do you each bring as a pair?
Okay, I want to say I'm more like the thinking person between us. To make like plans or like he's so freestyle. So like I think it's good part too, but sometimes you know like because of his freestyle, so many accidents. Accident sounds so serious.
Mess ups. He's more like rational thinking, and I'm more like emotional thinking. I'll move to Japan because like I miss her.
Yeah, but like for
not really have a plan on like what I'm gonna do for work, where I'm gonna live, but like I'll do things like that. Whereas she'll be like, okay, if you want to come to Japan, know where you're gonna live, at least know what you're gonna do to make money and stuff like that. Who goes first in a battle? If you like the music, then just go. You know, or if you're scared, then just wait. You know.
Go.
Yeah. Okay, so would love to hear some of your thoughts on battle tactics, both 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2. For like one-on-ones, it's definitely more endurance based. So I feel like your stamina has to be way better than if you were to do a 2-on-2. In a 2-on-2, you have like a break, I guess like a minute break before you do your next round, compared to like a 30-second break.
And you need the variation because you have to show like many rounds without judging and like audience, like opponent get bored.
For 2-on-2, because you're doing less rounds, I don't want to say do more, because sometimes people like some rounds are like so long. Really be selective with like what you decide to show, because you're only maybe doing like 1 round in 1 battle.
Like see and feel like what he's gonna do, what I'm gonna do, and like how it looks like to be together.
You do a 2-on-2 is having like chemistry with your partner, you know. Skincare routine. But I have a pimple now.
Everybody gets a pimple.
Wash your face twice a day, morning and night, and moisturize. The most basic.
Yeah.
Maybe exfoliate
and you
once or twice.
Vitamin too, sure?
I take vitamins, so I take. Actually, that's a good question for me. I take vitamin C, zinc, fish oil, vitamin D. How to diet?
I don't know, just to try to pick something you think is healthy. It's too hard to be too strict. Maybe someday you're gonna be like, boom, okay, whatever. It happened to me too. If I'm being too strict, maybe when I feel like too tired to being strict, I'm gonna be like, okay, like I'm gonna do whatever I want, you know? Need to know your limit.
Who was first to say I like you and I love you?
How will you do that?
Toronto might speak.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and she thinks it's awful.
I didn't say apple. Yeah, it sounds so weird.
Yeah. Okay. And the last question is, when are you guys getting married? It's like after Olympics.
Yeah, after 2024. Yeah, I guess.
And now my question to you is, why don't you wear the ring that I bought you?
Because I'm going to the practice every day. He always asking me about the link to the practice and showing like this.
All right, well, that's all the questions that we have for
Yes.
today. Thank you. We hope you stay tuned for more amazing adventures. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
いいねとコメントとサブスクライブ。How to say subscribe in Japan? サブスクライブ。チャンネル登録よろしくね。
はい.